Hey everyone, a robot can only move right or down, but how many ways can it reach the destination? Imagine a grid like this. Starts from the top left and needs to reach the bottom right. It can only move right or down. So how many unique paths are possible? So let's take an example of input m equal to 3 and n equal to 2. So the grid will be like 3 by 2, which is this one, and we can move from top left to bottom right in three ways. Like we move from right, down, and down, or we can go with the down, down, right, or we can go down, right, and down. So that will be three ways. So let's start with our three golden rules of dynamic programming. Step 1 will be represent the problem in terms of index. So as we are given two variables like m and n, so we can define a helper function in which we will take int of I and int of j. Now our second step will be try all possibilities. So in this case we have two possibilities, like the right choice will be f of I comma j plus 1 and the down choice will be f of I plus 1 comma j. And there is one more thing that we have to pass in the function, that will be the size of the grid, that will be int of m and comma int of n. And since we have to know the number of choices, so we will return it int. So our second step will be is complete, like we have check all the choices. Now the third step will be combine the results. So as we have the right and down choices, so we will combine the result by doing the right plus down. And here we have to pass the m and n in the recursion call. Now our function is almost complete, but there is one more thing that is remaining, that will be base cases. So the base cases will be if I is greater than equal to m or j is greater than equal to n. That means the I and j is out of bound, and means we are returning the 0. And if we got the solution, that will be when we are at the I equal to m minus 1 and j will be at n minus 1. Then we simply return the 1, like we got the one path from top left to bottom right. That will be the destination. And in the main function we return the helper function and pass the parameter, like for I and j, like we have to start from the 0 0 position till the m and n position, and we pass the m and n, and that's it. Let's run this program, and as you can see we have successfully compiled this program, and it's a recursion program, and we have to optimize it because its time complexity is bigger of 2 to the power n, which is exponential, because we are doing two choices in the function, like the right and down choice. Let's draw the recursion tree of this, and we can then tell like why this approach is not optimal. I've written down the conditions, and now we are going to make the recursion tree for this. So first condition will be f of 0 0, and from here we have two conditions, f of 0 1 and f of 1 0. Similarly from here we have two conditions, f of 0 2 and f of 1 1. Now two conditions from here, that will be f of 1 1 and f of 2 0. Now as I have told you before, that these are the base conditions that we are going to check. So as you can see that we have m and n are 2 and 2. So if we check the f of 0 2 is meeting this condition, that will be j is greater than n and 2 is greater than equal to 2. So that will return 0. Means this returns 0. Similarly this will also return 0. And for f of 1 1, if we check the second base case, that will be 1 equal to 2 minus 1, that will be 1. So it will return 1. So this will return 1 and this will also return 1. So if I combine the results, that will be 1 plus 1 and it will give us 2, and this whole function will give return 2, and that's our answer. But if I told you about the problem, so here is the problem, that the f of 1 1 and f of 1 1 calling 2 times in the recursion. So that's why we have to optimize it and use the memoization, in which we do caching. So let's move to the code. First we have to take a vector array of 2D that will be like we are handling with the m and n. So we have to take the 2D. So that will be dp of m comma vector of n minus 1. Since we have to initialize it with -1, we are doing this. And in our helper function, we have to check if dp of I j is not equal to -1, then we simply return the element present in that. That will be dp of I j. And we have to pass this dp array in our helper function. And here we have to take the reference of that. So that will be vector of vector int and dp. And here also we have to pass the parameter in the recurrence call. And here we simply store the value of dp of ij, means the combination that we got, for the memoization. Let's submit this code. As you can see, we have successfully compiled this program. Its time complexity will be big O of m into n, since we are dealing with the 2D array, and space complexity will be big O of m into n plus big O of m plus n, as I have told that the recursion stack plus dp array. Full source code in the description. Thanks for your patience.